Hello, good evening. Welcome. Hello, good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Hi, Jerry.
Very well, sir.
Yeah, welcome. It happens to be that, yeah, most people have not been really chance to log in today. But I'm going
Okay.
to start the class immediately. There's no time to wait. So whatever happens, we'll continue tomorrow with the training. So let's start.
Okay. All right, sir.
So good evening, everybody. I want to sincerely appreciate you for being part of this training. This is Elite Trading Academy, where we give out trainings for Forex. And right here on my screen, I'll be starting with what I'll be doing for today. What I'll be doing for today will be introduction to Forex trading, identification of buying and selling, exchange rates, fundamental analysis, and technical analysis. Then the last one for today will be sentimental analysis. To be very candid, today's class will be very, very, very brief because it is theoretically based. Then tomorrow, we will now start with practicals on our phones. Are you with me? We'll now start with what? With practicals on our phone. So let's commence. What is Forex? Forex is actually known as FX and is the largest financial market where currencies are bought, sold, and exchanged for one another. Unlike the stock market, it has no centralized exchange and transactions are performed over the counter. Participants trade with one another through a worldwide network of banks, brokers, and other financial institutes. It is one of the most actively traded markets in the world, with an average daily trading volume of $5 trillion. What we are saying here is, Forex is what I know that people, they trade daily. And the average money drop for this budget is $5 trillion. And it is traded 245, meaning you only trade Forex from Mondays to Fridays. Saturdays and Sundays are basically for crypto. You don't trade crypto for those periods. Now, if you look at it, what exactly do you do in the Forex market? The major thing you do in the Forex market is buying and selling. Now, it's not as if you cannot keep your money in your wallets. Are you with me? But the major thing that is done here is buying and selling. Buying in the sense that you are going bullish, selling in the sense that you are going bearish. Most cases, there is something called candlestick patterns. Maybe I should, when you check your candlestick patterns, you must have realized that right there, the buy is an indication that the market is actually going up. Are you think? The buy is an indication that what? The market is actually going up. So that is that about it. That is that about it. So let me show you my next slide. Who trades Forex? Number one, the commercial and investment banks, the central banks, the investment managers and hedge funds, multinational corporations. The truth about it is, the major body that actually centers this is the central bank. An example of central bank is Bank of America, Bank of Canada, Bank of England, European Central Bank, Central Bank of Nigeria, Bank of Japan, so on and so forth. All these bodies, they trade Forex. Who are the subordinates? The commercial and investment banks, EcoBank, Keystone Bank, Polaris Bank, Guarantee Trust Bank, so on and so forth. These are the major bodies that trade Forex. I have a normal flow chart I do show my students. And this flow chart has been so helpful in the sense that it tells you exactly how this works. You look at the central banks, they are actually the middlemen of the chain. Central bank is the middleman of the chain. It's actually a strong body where you have your subordinate banks, like your commercial banks, are you with me? And the ECN brokers, which as the brokers we know, they are also linked to that chain, followed by the retail traders. So all these bodies actually trade Forex. My next slide is base currency and quote currency. What's the base currency? This is the first listed currency of the currency pair. It is actually called the base currency. And the second currency is called the quote currency because it is actually the second part of the currency pair. For instance, your first currency pair you have here is Euro USD. Euro is for European countries. USD is for America. Euro is the base currency. USD is the quote currency. GPP is the base currency. AUD, which is Australian dollar, is the quote currency. XAUSD is the base currency, while USD is what? The quote currency. Are you with me? Now, I need to say something here very briefly. In Forex, you can trade several commodities. You can trade metals. Like the three major metals you trade in Forex is one, gold. You can also trade silver. You can trade polonium. There are so many type of things you can trade in Forex. Exchange rate. Exchange rate is the rate at which one currency will be exchanged for another. It's also regarded as the value of one country's currency in relation to another. One believes that one currency will rise against another, we buy the strong currency and we sell the weak currency. Another reason why exchange rate moves so fast may result in multi-billionaire companies that need to convert large amounts of money into another currency. Let me briefly explain myself. When you see we talk about exchange rate was actually generated from two pairs. Sorry, how will I put this? Two fiats. And the fiats are Euro and GPP. Are you with me? So now let's go to my screen. If, for instance, that Euro GPP, I'm assuming here, please. If the exchange rate here is, let's say the exchange rate for this particular pair is, let's even go to Google and check exchange rate for Euro GPP. That's my account. I was just on it. Let's go to trade. No, exchange rates of Euro GPP. According to Google, the exchange rate of Euro GPP is 0.86086. I say this 0.86. So if the exchange rate here is 0.86, let me go to my board and take that down. I'm actually doing this from the scratch so that even if you don't have an idea of Forex, you will not see it as a problem. Are you with me? You will understand the basics until we get to advanced levels. Now, let me do a short mathematics. Let us convert Euro to Naira. Convert Euro to Naira. Can you see? Euro to Naira is, Madam, can you see that on the screen, please?
Yeah.
Euro to Naira is presently 439.25. Let's register that, 439.25. So it means presently, Euro is 439.25. Then GPP is what? GPP to Naira. GPP to Naira is 509.57. 509.57. So if I have a rate like this, what will I do? I'll come here. Let me go to my laptop calculator. Okay, I think I have my calculator already. That's my laptop calculator. Please let me go back. 439 points. I think I'll remember this. 439.25 and 509.57. Look at it. Let's confirm that exchange rate. 439.25 divided by 509.57. Can you see this? Class, can you see that this is exactly the exchange rate you got, which is 0.86? Now, let's say I got an information that euro has boosted in the market. Let's say euro has increased in the market by 539. Let me use another marker so that you don't get confused. Or let's say this is 540. Have it in mind that I'm only working based on the base currency, so don't get confused about the other one. This is 509.57. So this will be 540 divided by what? 509.57. Please, if you have any question, ask. You can see that as it goes up, the exchange rate increases. Probably this is 1.06. Let's assume selling rates. If this one should drop, 339 divided by 509. From my own assumption, this should be 0.66. Please, I'm assuming. So if you do this, you will see that whenever the exchange rate increases upwards, it is an indication of what? Of a buy. Are you there? So when the exchange rate increases downwards, when it ends, excuse me, let me go to my board again. When it goes down, it is an indication that it is sell. Are you there? So this is buy and this is sell. Please, is there any question in the house? Is there any question for me in the house? Yes, any question for me, please, before I proceed? There's no question, let me proceed. Okay, thank you. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Let me proceed quickly. The next one I'd like to look into, class, is fundamental and technical analysis. Fundamental analysis is a way of looking at the forex market. It's a way of looking at the forex market by analyzing economic, social, and political forces that may affect the currency price. And fundamental analysts is just like this. Fundamental analysts are those people that like to watch out for news to predict with the trade. Like for instance, by next month, there's something called NFP. NFP is non-farm payroll. What non-farm payroll simply means is we have a statistics that is given out in America. If the statistic is favorable, it is an indication that people will gain employment more in US. And if it is less, it is a disadvantage. But most cases I've been watching NFP, it has always been advantageous. And you know, from there, a fundamental analyst should now know how to stylishly enter the market and benefit in that news. Are you with me? I news trade very well. I do news trading very well. It's just that I prefer technical analysis more to news trading. I've seen some people that they will say that they are fundamental analysts or they are not technical analysts. I tell people something. Why don't you do both? When you do both, it will be favorable to you because sometimes technical analysis might not be advantageous. Are you with me? You might just want to news trade and just hit your money and leave the market immediately. Are you with me? So that is that. The next one is technical analysis. It's a study of price patterns on a particular asset. There are many ways to identify patterns in the market, but most technicians will focus on the following tools. Tools like what? Fibonacci level, horizontal lines. Then you have your moving average MACD, RSI. I will teach this in some subsequent classes. So all these tools is exactly what you use when it comes to fundamental technical analysis. Like I said, for you to successfully earn in the forex market, it is surely advisable for you to learn most of these tools. At least know the particular tools that works for you. Are you with me? You don't just sit there and gamble. That's where people are missing it. Know a tool that works good for you. Are you with me? And the last one for today is sentimental analysis. Sentimental analysis is a process of identifying positioning of traders, whether net long or net short, to influence your trading decision in the currency market. Why sentimental analysis can be directly translated to forex. It is also used for stocks and other assets. Contrary, investors will look for crowd. Now, this is it. What sentimental analysis does is, or who a sentimental analyst is that a sentimental analyst views the condition of the market. He watches the news. He checks out people's decision. Okay, Mr. So and so, how many people are going on a buy? If you look at this place, this is net long, net short. Looking at my chart, it is very, very obvious that we have more of the bullish. And that's an indication that you should enter that market as a buy. Look at this, we had more of the bearish. That's also an indication that you should enter the market as a sell. I tell my students something, that the sure best ways to enter the forex market is using fundamental analysis and technical analysis. And to me, when you are following people you are predicting, I see it as you are gambling. Are you with me? And you are not so sure. See, if you want to, someone want to really get confused, go to investing.com. You hear all sorts of predictions, people making the analysis. I mean, I've been there. I have an experience of it. I know what I'm saying. That's happened to me. That I was making decisions. You enter this one as a buy, you enter. He's going as a sell, you enter. You just get confused. The best thing to do is to, one, check the news, especially when the news is about 5 to 10 minutes in. If the news is in, go and use your sentimental analysis to make a further, I said sentimental, your technical analysis to make a further process. How do you make a further process? You check your MACD, you check your moving average, you check your RSI, you check what works for you. Once you combine these two strategies together, boom, I can assure you will shoot very well in the market. Are you with me? You will definitely shoot very well in the market. Please, is there any question for me before I go? Is there any question for me before I go?
No.
Okay. Thank
No.
you very, very much, class. Thank you.
No, please.
Yeah, thank you. Please, tomorrow is another wonderful day. I know we were not able to make it today by 8. Please, let's try to make it by 8 tomorrow, because we are going to be going deeply into technical forex. I'll be talking about pips, lots, leverage, lot size, chat forms, and chatting platforms. Are you with me? And we go into brokers. We look into traders, types of traders, swing, play, position, scalp, um, algorithmic traders. We'll also look into day traders, so on and so forth. So please, I am sure you wouldn't want to miss out tomorrow. And I advise you, please, if you're a new subscriber, do subscribe to my channel, because guess what? I do something recently. I give out analyses of the markets. So if you have attended my trainings, if you follow my analysis, you see that you definitely benefit from the market. Thank you very much. God bless you. See you tomorrow by 8 p.m. Remain blessed. Bye for now. Thank you very much, man. Thank you, everybody.